All right, my friends, just wanted to start the show off a little differently today because, man, what a celebration we have as MicroStrategy holders. Here we are at MicroStrategy Today. You're seeing me a lot different than the other videos because I'm traveling for the weekend. I'm up in New England, Rhode Island specifically, and it's 22 degrees out. It's freezing, but I'm never not going to record a daily video for you with the latest and greatest MicroStrategy updates. And man, what a day. The QQQ inclusion was a success. MicroStrategy is officially in the Nasdaq 100. What is that going to mean? It's going to mean a lot of great stuff, which I'm going to be sharing with you later in this video. Billions of dollars of initial inflows, millions of dollars of passive inflows on a daily basis. It's going to be so amazing. Such great times are ahead. This is just one of those catalysts that's going to turn into many, many more going forward. And I'm going to be here reporting to you, whether I'm down in the Caribbean where I normally am, or up here in New England, freezing my butt off, recording a video for you. I mean, this laptop is literally set on top of my friend's barbecue right now, just because I'm out here recording for you. They're inside warm, drinking coffee, having breakfast. I'm not. I'm here for you, my friends, to deliver this great news, this great celebration. I hope you are just celebrating with me today. But this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Consult a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. And let's celebrate. So here we are today. We had a pretty decent day yesterday. The stock price is up to now 408 as it shares. We cracked into the number 100 of 500, so just in that top 100 right there, which is great. Bitcoin's currently at 101,400, which is cool. It's going to fluctuate, of course. The Bitcoin balance is still at 423,650. Let's see if Michael Saylor has an update for us on Monday. Only time will tell. Look at that Bitcoin value per basic share. It's up to $179 per share. That dollar amount keeps going up, my friends. It is so exciting. So you as a shareholder, me as a shareholder, we are just benefiting from this. The return percentage right now is at 68% with a $17 billion in unrealized profit, which, by the way, is another catalyst that's coming our way once MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor switch to the FASB, the fair value accounting, which is going to happen in early 2025, likely. So really cool stuff. I'm taking my gloves off for you, my friends, and it's freezing. My hands are really cold right now, but I need to switch tabs here. The MicroStrategy Catalyst Tracker. We are now just, that is 6 days away from the inclusion / reconstitution, all that nice money flowing into MicroStrategy to get it to its place as the 47th of the NASDAQ 100, right around that range. It's going to be a lot of initial inflows and then millions of dollars of passive income that's going to be coming at us every single day. Let's switch to this first news article I want to share with you. Saylor's MicroStrategy scores again with the NASDAQ 100 edition. I mean, look at what's going on in this. I mean, just so many cool things are happening that people are talking about. This talks about the actual percentage that they're going to get, what it's going to happen going forward. There's another great article I wanted to share with you from You Today, where it joins the NASDAQ 100 as the Bitcoin price soars. Again, this is just media. When people see it, they're like, leaning forward, like, what's happening with Bitcoin? What's happening with MicroStrategy? Like, what is happening in this world? You know, I know, and it's just exciting to see. I wanted to show you these two tweets from Eric Balchunas. He says, we estimate that MicroStrategy will get a 0.47% weight and will be the 48th biggest holding. And then he credits JCFF, who did the legwork on this. And Eric says, this weighting equates to about 2.1 billion of buying via all the ETFs that track the index, which have $451 billion collectively. They do not include the SMAs or CITs, which are any active strategy. So it could be actually more when it's all said and done. So this is just exciting stuff, exciting news for all those right reasons. Wanted to share this news article as well. This is a huge win for Bitcoin investors, and MicroStrategy joins the NASDAQ 100. And then here's the highlights. MicroStrategy and major Bitcoin holders joining the NASDAQ 100, leading to an increased institutional exposure to Bitcoin. Like, people that will never have even heard of MicroStrategy will now own MicroStrategy. So they're lucky, although they're going to get a small percentage of their portfolio. Hopefully you and I are allocating a little bit more than that. This move could further drive Bitcoin's price and adoption, as ETFs tracking the index will indirectly hold Bitcoin through MicroStrategy, and they're a long-term position in the NASDAQ 100. It's uncertain due to its increasing focus on Bitcoin and potential reclassification. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, because the S&P 500 is next in our sights, which is a very exciting catalyst that we have to look forward to in 2025. I wanted to share this tweet right here because it's just Michael Saylor being Michael Saylor. MSTR to enter the Nasdaq 100. So he's obviously letting people know. It's a good article by CoinDesk right there. And then I wanted to share this tweet right here from Chris Milas. MicroStrategy is currently undervalued by a factor of almost 4x based on his model. It should be trading at around 1,500. And you and I are able to buy it right now at 400. I mean, who knows what the future prices of MicroStrategy is going to be. But I think we both think that Bitcoin is going up, which means MicroStrategy is hopefully going up. We'll see what's going to be happening. But he has this great chart here. And again, I'll have this tweet in the show notes page so that you can kind of check it out even more. If I'm shaking, it's just getting colder and colder out here. I don't think it's warming up today. Michael Saylor says, we are all competing for 45 million in Bitcoin mined daily. So there's $45 million of Bitcoin that's mined daily. And look at all of the people look at all the inflows that are happening. These are just the inflows from the ETFs by day, and everybody's competing for 45 million. So the amount of demand is so far outstripping supply. What's going to happen to all of my, economist friends out there? I think it's pretty obvious. This is just a cool tweet I wanted to share about how QQ investors are about to invest in Bitcoin when MicroStrategy joins the Nasdaq 100, which they did, whether they like it or not. And this is the Trojan horse tweet, which I love. There's Bitcoin inside the Trojan horse. Of course, the Trojan horse is MicroStrategy saying, hey, can we come in? And the Nasdaq 100 is like, hey, come on in. And guess what? It's full of Bitcoin. And that's just what's happening in the world, which is good for everybody because Bitcoin is perfect money. It is the preservation of capital at the highest level. It's amazing. It's the future, in my opinion, and maybe in a lot of your opinions as well. And I just cannot wait to see what the future holds. We are now in, my friends. We are now in. Let's go to this tweet right here. Michael Saylor says, MicroStrategy is up 490% year to date on the Bitcoin standard. Now, I have not been able to enjoy all of that 490%. I've got a good chunk of it. I hope you've been able to enjoy a good chunk of it. Maybe some of you, all of it. Congratulations for those that have. But what a good standard to be on, my friends. The Bitcoin standard. Now I have 3 videos that I'm going to show you. These are 3 short, but really great videos. The last one's incredibly short, but it's just something that I think we can continue to just celebrate this amazing announcement on last night about being in the Nasdaq 100. So very exciting. Enjoy these 3 videos. I'll let them take it away.
Give me an example of something you can own $100 million of where you can take personal custody of it and where you can actually move it anywhere on earth, and where even if I hold a gun to your head, I can't take it from you. And the only thing we've ever figured out that you can do that with is Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin is like, it keeps everybody honest. The optionality to do this means that all you got to do is find one bank in Singapore that'll treat you better than the bank in New York or London or Tokyo. And then you can move it in a half an hour for $5. And what happens next? The bank in New York thinks, well, I guess we can't screw these guys over because they'll just move it to Singapore. And the guys in California say, well, I can't just tax all the Bitcoin in California. It'll move to Wyoming. It'll move to Singapore. It'll move to Malta. And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go fuck themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, right? And it's here. And then, the classic Bitcoiner response is, oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident. You ever heard that phrase? It's kind of a trope, but what it means is at the end of the day, if you push me too far, I lost it. It's gone. Sorry.
You're right.
Tax that.
Used to represent value, but it has nothing to do with what it's used for.
No, it stores value well because it's very difficult to increase the supply of gold. It's very difficult to increase the supply of gold substantially. Every year, the supply of gold goes up at only around 1.5% to 2%. And so that means that people who hold it as money end up doing very well for themselves, and people who hold other things don't do well. And that is true for gold, and that's what made gold money for the whole world practically at the beginning of the 20th century. Then governments come about, and they use their debt as money. And since then, the average over the last 60 years or so, between 1960 and 2020, for 60 years, the average fiat currency grew in supply at around 14% per year. Or overall, fiat currencies grew in supply at around 14% per year. So we went from 1.5% to 14%, about 10-fold increase in the supply growth rate. And 14% per year means that on average, you lose half of the value that's stored in money over 5 years. So you lose half of the value of your money over 5 years. That's the average fiat experience. Of course, some currencies are better than the average, like the US dollar and euro. They only increase at around 7-8% per year. Some currencies are a lot worse. They increase at 20, 50, maybe 100 sometimes % per year. But on average, it's just continuously increasing in supply, so its value declines. And because its value declines, that incentivizes everybody to A, not save, and B, take on a lot of debt. And that's why everybody is in debt. And that's what Bitcoin fixes. If we go back to having a hard money, where money is no longer debt, we no longer need to be monetizing debt. We no longer need to get everybody to become a debt slave in order for us to have a form of money. We have a form of money that is just a commodity that doesn't require anybody to get into debt for it.
Most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. So let
me say it a different way.
Okay.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, there's a name for them. We call them poor.
Well, there you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed a different type of MicroStrategy Today video, at least a different environment. I'm here literally freezing my fingers off. You can see my breath. I mean, I'm from Maine originally, so I love this stuff. I can handle this stuff, but I am freezing right now, and I hope that you are sitting somewhere warm if you're in a cold place, or cool if you're in a hot place, enjoying your day, your morning, your evening, whatever that might be, your walk, because this is such fantastic news for MicroStrategy, for you, a MicroStrategy shareholder, for me, for Michael Saylor, for Bitcoin, for, I really do believe, the world, because this is moving us in a better place, and I'm really excited about it. Now, again, this is just my opinion. This is just my thoughts. I'm just bringing this news and these insights to you 7 days a week. So I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own financial research. Consult a financial professional if you want to get an actual professional financial advice, and just always do your own research, which is part of what you're doing here by watching videos like this. I'm out here freezing my booty off. Give me a comment. Let me know if you appreciate that. Give me a like if you appreciate that. I'd love if you subscribe to this. And by the way, send this video to somebody that you know needs to get a little more excited about MicroStrategy, that needs to get more excited about Bitcoin, that you just want to share with them. Share this joy, this celebration, because, man, we're still so early on this train. And like Michael Saylor said, there is no second best.